Hi, everyone. My name is Joe Kolbacki. I am the Director of Instructional Technology for the Hermitage School District. Welcome to the 2026-2027 school year. I wanted to put together this video to go over some of the student expectations, some of the applications that students have access to, how parents can access them, our Power School, and a new program called Parent Square that I'll be showing a video about at the end of this presentation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So first thing I want to go over, here's our agenda for today. First thing we'll talk about student expectations with Chromebooks. I want to talk about Clever. This will be the way that they can log into their applications that they have access to. We'll go over Google Classroom, talk a little bit about Power School, and finally, we have a new parent communication tool called Parent Square, and we'll finish up with that. All right, first, student expectations. So this year, the students will be taking home their Chromebooks. So obviously, if they're taking home their Chromebooks, there's going to be some different expectations for Chromebook usage than there was in third grade when they stayed in the cart or they stayed in the classroom. Obviously, there is more of a chance of damage. So just want to go over this quickly. Okay, so student Chromebooks, every day it is so important that the students bring their Chromebooks to school fully charged each day. The Chromebooks and technology have become an increasingly important part of our curriculum. The teachers use them on a daily basis. So if your son or daughter does not have their Chromebook charged, that is going to be an issue for them. They're going to have to leave class. They'll have to go get a different Chromebook or they'll have to get a charger. So please just have them fully charged each day. If you plug in a Chromebook overnight, it will last several days. It will absolutely last for one full day. So that shouldn't be an issue. So I would get into the habit of every day that your student gets home, you plug it in when they're done doing their work, unplug it the next day. They won't even need to bring their charger to school. It'll last that full day. And you can see here it says if your Chromebook is not charged, it's a student's responsibility to get it charged during the day or talk to their teacher to use their loaner or charger. Again, they can get another Chromebook or they can get it charged, but it just causes a disruption in class and it causes disruption to your students' learning. Every student is given a district provided case, and we stress that they must use this district provided case. Not all districts do this. We do this to help the students out. It is a very protective case, but it does not prevent all damage. So make sure if you ever see that your student does not have a case on there, ask them, hey, where's your case? If they have it, tell them to put it on. If they don't have a case, they lost it for whatever reason, make sure they tell their teacher immediately. So students are responsible for their username and password. The password is a little different this year. They'll be told what it is at the beginning of the school year. For fourth grade, every student gets basically the same format of their password. Um, Students in fifth grade, they will have to change their password the first or second day of school, and they're going to be responsible for it. So have them either write it down somewhere where they'll remember it, have them give it to you so that you have it. So if they ever lose it, you go, hey, mom, dad, whoever they might want to ask, do you have my password? And there they have it. Their username is simply just their student ID and then at hermitagesd.net. And then here it says, if a parent would like to access their students' school accounts, we are asking that you get the information from the student. So we'll go over that in a minute about how you can have access to their work and their applications. Teachers do not have access to the student's password, but we can reset them if needed. And this is a very big item here. If a Chromebook is lost or damaged, please report it immediately to a teacher or to Mrs. Miller. She is in the tech office. We want to get it taken care of right away so it doesn't turn into a bigger problem in the future. So keys that break off. We want to stress this, and we do this every year. Please talk to your students about not picking the keys off the keyboards. Um, Talk to our vendors all the time. Any vendor of a Chromebook will tell you keys don't just fall off. If a key does fall off, that means it was picked off or it was dropped or damaged in some way. So again, stress the importance of not picking off the keys. If keys do start falling off, again, please report that immediately. It's going to be a big part of the student's work. And then once we get into the PSSAs and the testing, we're going to need to make sure they have all the keys on their keyboard. Okay, so what happens if a Chromebook is lost or stolen? So if your student comes home or they tell their teacher, like, hey, can't find my Chromebook, don't know where it is, they get 2 weeks to find it. Typically, it's found in school in the next day, two up to a week, or we find a lot of times it's in their bedroom somewhere. So just be mindful. Make sure every day that your student comes home, they have their Chromebook. And if not, please report it to us and let us know. If they don't find it after 2 weeks, they can buy a replacement, and the cost will vary depending on the type of Chromebook, the age, and the model. You can see it's from $75 to $250. If the student purchases a replacement and the Chromebook is found before the end of the school year, the student can turn back in that one that they paid for, and they can be refunded the amount that they paid, providing it's in good condition, there's no damage to it, and it's not missing any keys. So our Chromebooks are all monitored, and you can see it's required by K-12 school districts. And the monitor that we use is called LineWise this year. And just to let you know, all the traffic is logged, and we let the students know this. Anything they do on these Chromebooks can be looked at. It's all logged. It's all monitored. We don't go through it on a daily basis. There's no reason to, because our LineWise filter, it will trigger an email to be sent or a red flag, and it'll be sent to myself and several other people. And then once we do get that trigger, we get that email, it will be taken to Mr. Trosh. And you can see right here, some types of things that will trigger this: accessing explicit sites, off task during instruction, creating Google Docs in order to chat, proxy sites, shadow browsers. Those are different sites that kids sometimes can find online where it looks like a regular site, but it actually brings them to games. And you can see offense one, we'll talk with the students to reiterate the Chromebook expectations. Offense two, talk with the student as well as lock them into websites in all classes. So in our line-wise filtering application, if we find that a student is constantly off task, they're going on sites that they're trying to get to sites that they can't, we have the ability just to lock them into websites during the entire class. Offense three, loss of Chromebook privileges for a period determined by Mr. Trosh. So this would mean, okay, your student, they have had offense one, offense two. Now they're going to have their Chromebook taken away from them. Everything will be done paper pencil. All right, so those are student expectations. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is Clever. So Clever is our application where the students sign into it, and then they can get into all of their other applications just by clicking on it, and it will pass them through. And I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like here. Okay, so once a student types in, and I put that web address up, they get into Clever, they'll click on Google, and if they're signed into their Chromebook, all they have to do is click Google, it will pass them right through. So once they're in, you can see the teacher can favorite resources, or the student can favorite resources, and you see these up here. And down below, you'll see other resources that they have access to. So once they click on any of these resources, like for example, I'll come back up, IXL is one that we use. They click on this, and it passes them right through to Clever. I mentioned this previously. If you want to have access to your students' applications, you will have to get their username and their password for Chrome, sign into Chrome, or if you're on their Chromebook, it automatically does it. You can then go into Clever. You can click on any of their applications, and it will pass you through. You can see, what they're working on. You can see exactly what that application does at any time. So Clever is like our resource center for all of the applications that the kids have access to. Next thing I want to talk about is Google Classroom. So in third grade, they do use Google Classroom, but they use it. They definitely use it more in fourth grade. So Google Classroom is going to be a place where teachers are going to post any announcements, any resources, and any classwork. And I'll show you what that looks like now. Okay, so we're back in Clever. So a student can just come into Clever, click on Google Classroom, and it will pass them through. So this is what it's going to look like. Down below, or in the middle of the page, you can see here it says classes. So all of their classes that they've been added to will be right here. And all they have to do, click on any of the classes. And you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner, it says stream. The stream is going to be, it's going to have any announcements that the teachers create and any classwork or assignments that the teacher posts, and I'll show you the classwork page in a second. Anything that they post will also show up here. So they could click on this and it would take them to the classwork page, or they can come up here to the classwork tab, and you're going to see all of the different assignments and classwork that the teacher has created. So I could click on this and you're going to see exactly what the teacher posted, any resources or websites that they want them to have access to right here. As a parent, again, if you have their username and password, or if you're on their Chromebook, you simply come to Clever, click on Google Classroom, and it is you can access all of their work. And on the left-hand side here, you can see upcoming. It says no work due soon because we are in the summer. But if a teacher posts it, or if they put a due date, it will show all the upcoming work for the student that is available. Next piece I want to talk about is Power School. So Power School is the place where all of your students' assignments, all of your students' grades are going to be housed, and the students can access this at any time. Parents, you can also access this at any time to see the assignments and the grades. Right here is the web address. I'll leave that there for a second in case anybody wants to write that down. And you can also access it from the school website. So from the school website, it's hermitagesd.net. You'll get to the website. Parents, it'll take you to the same place. If you go to Parents, Power School Parent Portal, click on Power School Parent Portal once again, and it's going to take you to your sign-in page. Now you can see here the parent and student portal as well as the mobile apps will be enabled on August 10th. So there's nothing available right now. Once August 10th comes, you can sign in. And like I said, if the students want to get to it, they simply hover over Students, click on Power School Student Portal, click on Power School Student Portal, and down below there's a user guide. And again, it'll take you to the same, it'll take them to the same website that it would have taken you. And then the students will sign in with their username and password. They have access to see all of their assignments and grades. You can also access the Power School mobile app. If you wanted to right now, I can leave this up for a minute. You can scan that. It'll take you to the App Store for iOS or the Android App Store. Or you can just go to the App Store and type in Power School and you'll get the same app. Once you go to sign in, it's going to ask you for a code for your school. Our code is TXJF. Once you type that in, you'll be taken to the Hermitage School District Power School mobile app, and then you can get signed in through there. And finally, I want to talk about Parent Square. So Parent Square is our new way that we will be communicating with families, parents. This will give you any announcements that building principals want to send you, any announcements that district level administrators want to send you. teachers can send you any information through Parent Square. This would be where you'll get announcements for school delays, school closures, or anything that we think is important enough to get it out to all of the parents. And following this slide, you'll see a video about Parent Square. If you have any questions about using Parent Square, you can contact your building level office, or you can contact one of the following people. So you have Frank Gingras, Director of Technology. You can see his email address, the extension once you call the school district, myself, and you can see my email address, my extension, and then you can see Crystal Miller. She can also help with this. Here's her email address, her extension. Finally, you can contact Mr. Trosh. Here's his email address and extension.
Congratulations! If you are watching this video, it means that your school is using Parent Square. You may be asking yourself, what is Parent Square? Parent Square is a safe, secure, and modern approach to communication and collaboration between school and home. It is a central hub for all district, school, grade level, class, and group notifications about your children. Better still, school communication comes right to your fingertips in a way that is convenient to you, whether it be email, text, or app notification. You will also receive texts or voice calls for urgent alerts and reminders. You should have received an invitation from Parent Square via email or text asking you to activate your account. You can also request another activation invitation with the email or phone number that you provided to your child's school at parentsquare.com or on the app. If you don't remember the information on file at your child's school, please fill out your Join Your School form to send a request to your child's school to add you to Parent Square today. Parent Square also has easy-to-use apps for iOS and Android phones that can be downloaded from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Once logged in, you'll see your custom Parent Square feed. This page shows all information related to your children, including any school-wide, grade level, class, or group-specific information. No more need to search through emails, schools, or multiple websites to find important information. Prefer text messages over email? No problem. From your account page, you can update your notification preferences so information is coming how and when you'd like it. Language settings can also be changed so information is coming in your preferred language. Parent Square is great at increasing collaboration and helps you get involved in your school communities. You will automatically receive information from the school office and your kids' classes, and any groups you or your kids belong to. You may also join a public group within the school. You can participate with just a click of a button. Parent Square allows you to fill out a form quickly. No more handouts and permission slips lost at the bottom of backpacks. You can sign up to bring in an item or RSVP for an event. You can also comment on and appreciate a post. Please give these generously to show your school community support. Using Parent Square, you can also chat directly with a teacher or staff member using our Messages feature. This keeps all communication in one place without the need of additional directories or email addresses. We also have a personalized calendar to keep you up to date with school events, and our photo library stores all photos that have been shared over the course of the year. Thank you for joining Parent Square. Register your account, download the app, and start interacting with your school community today.
And that is all for the presentation. We hope everybody has a fantastic 2026-2027 school year. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to reach out to any of us, your student's teacher, or Mr. Trosh, the building principal.